Hello, and welcome to Close Up with the Hollywood reporter, Caterers. I'm Stephen Galloway, and tonight I'm joined by Caterers Alex Pearce from Film Movie Catering Sets, Matt Tabaneh, Movie Set Catering, James Aish from Film Set Caterers, and Natalie Fyfe from Crew Food Movie Services. I'm sure you're all aware of the anecdote, a happy crew is a full crew. Would you all like to speak to that for a moment?
I think they're talking about stomachs, full stomachs, full of food. And that's basically our role as caterers. When I come to set every day, the thing at the front of my mind is what food am I going to feed these people? Last shoot, there was a lot of child actors, sort of kids in it. There was the Godzilla X Kong. There was sort of some kids. There was a few scenes with kids.
Yes, I wanted to say, they say that you should never work with, children or animals, and you've worked with both. You've worked with both children and giant apes.
Well, I wanted to talk to you about afternoon snack.
Yeah, sure.
So, just for our viewers, just describe what an afternoon snack is.
Like generally?
Just the concept of
Like
afternoon snack.
The whole... So what enough?
Yes. Because there might be some people watching from home
Yeah.
that aren't in the industry
I'm
and
just-
don't know about the afternoon snack. And so just for those people, the layman's...
So the snack you have in the afternoon.
Like on a set? Or are you saying generally the idea of having a snack in the afternoon?
Well, I think both. Because a lot of people wouldn't ever have an afternoon snack.
Well, I think, there's terms like, best boy.
I don't know what that is.
So I think what he's saying is, is it one of those film terms? And the answer is unequivocally no. Afternoon snack just means...
A snack.
Like
They tell-
exactly, it's very literal. On Aquaman with James Wan.
James Wan's Aquaman.
Welcome home.
I would often package up the lunch
Wow.
for people to take home, and people were really happy about that as well. And
Gets rid of wastage as well. I've had some of the biggest fights with line producers going, I've just done 400 pastizzis. They go, oh, they were wrapping. So I go, quick, get it, put it in little bags for everyone. Because it stuffs me up. Stuffs up my day. Because I could have wrapped 2 hours ago.
When I was working on Elvis, it was a very interesting moment. There's a wholesaler that I go to. They were doing hummus a good $2 cheaper than I'd ever seen it. So I got many, many, many kilos of hummus. And then I was using that hummus. I know I did a falafel sort of and a meat, those little meat, Mediterranean meatballs.
Did you find, though, that the crew were upset saying too much hummus?
No, I wasn't getting any of that kind of hummus feedback, because this is the thing, right? What the hummus represents is, I don't think I would have done a kofta or a falafel.
If not for the hummus. That's why I'm doing weddings and stuff as well. So
oh, really?
yeah, I do films maybe 10% of the time.
Are there any dishes that are off limits for you?
I mean, you're definitely not doing anything too sort of individual,
Really, we are the Marvel of cooking, in the sense that we're trying to cater for as many people as possible.
Do you find they're doing a different thing on Marvel? Because I had a friend that worked on Thor, and they were doing the 3 proteins. And
No, I didn't mean. No, I meant I was doing sort of an analogy in the sense that Marvel films sort of cater for everyone, and we cater. Well, we cater
For Marvel films.
But you have been on a
for
Marvel...
everyone on Marvel.
You were on a Marvel film, you were on Aquaman.
Well, that was DC.
Aquaman by James Wan.
James Wan's Aquaman.
James Wan's Aquaman is a Marvel film.
Look, I just did the catering on it, but outside of that, I am a fan, and it's not.
But it's superhero.
Yes, it is. But it's part of the DCCU.
What's the C stand for?
Comics,
And what's the other C stand for?
cinematic.
Extraordinary. I've always been curious about this. What happens on Taco Tuesdays? Does it stay in Taco Tuesdays?
I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
Are you
do
trying to do
tacos.
like a Las Vegas kind of thing there?
That's just something I hear.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Mexican because I do a Mexican day.
Taco Tuesday?
Doesn't matter.
Nat, you've done so many films and are such a big part of the catering landscape. Do you find that you do see your work, even though it's not visible, that you can see it on screen? Say when you watch Spiderhead or Kong Skull Island or Fool's Gold, do you look back and you see, you know, that's my lasagna doing all that work, giving the energy, giving them their pep?
No,
Okay.
in a short,
Well, that's when I think the caterer's done their job.
yes.
When you
Is
don't
when
see
you
it.
don't
don't
see
see
it on
it.
Wow.
screen.
So-
When you don't see the lasagna on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that's a.
That's,
Probably art department.
it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
I feel responsible for Mortal Kombat not doing that well at the box office.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, looking at that movie, it might not seem like there was a lot of improvisation, but I had to improvise quite a lot because I had supply issues.
To me, it wasn't about the catering. It wasn't about
Yeah, like
Josh.
there were, like,
it
script
wasn't about
problems,
Josh
man.
Lawson's performance. It was about the fact that there was very little Mortal Kombating.
I think everyone
me-
would have done a better job had I been able to deliver fresh omelettes every morning, and that's a regret
I
of
think
mine.
that whether you cooked or not had no
Yeah, like,
real...
That's very
Seriously,
kind
I
of you to
don't
say,
think-
but I do think there is a weight of responsibility on us, and
You
I
know,
do
like
feel
feed
like
people.
Yeah, and I do feel like if we don't do a good job and the
don't get
movie
paid.
fails, there is a connection there.
I
feel
just
that weight
don't
of
know
responsibility.
a lot of the decisions that affect how a film does are made by executives that you're not feeding.
I've found that if people are a bit disappointed by the catering,
You think it changes?
I think it changes the potential of its box office success. Yes, I do.
I-
I do, and that's a controversial opinion.
It's not that it's controversial. I actually don't know how that's possible.
That's actually interesting. We all remember the Game of Thrones coffee cup scandal.
No.
No, I don't
you
watch telly.
see- okay, it is on. It was a long-running.
I usually get the
series.
dirt bikes out on Saturday.
It was one of the most popular TV shows ever made.
So yeah, but I mean, I'm working. The last thing I want to do when I get home is watch telly.
I'm out by 2. So I'm on the kids. So 3 o'clock, 3:30, I'm easily done.
Can
Because
I?
then the ex she works late, and I try to avoid
She working
any direct interaction with her. No.
Do you
No.
have any interaction with any of the crew, really? I mean, you said that you might have an argument with
could-
the line producer, but
I couldn't tell you. Someone go, oh, that's so and so they were in, and so. I've never watched the movie in my life.
You've never seen a movie
Ever.
like not one that you've worked on, not like outside of that. You've never seen a film
I saw Big.
with Tom Hanks. So you have seen a movie.
I remember maybe a bit of it.
So you've never seen a full movie from start to finish. You've never gone to the
Jack?
movies
I saw Jack at
with Robin Williams.
Talking about the-
And why have you only seen movies where grown men play boys?
Have you seen Benjamin Button?
yeah, saw that one.
You've seen Benjamin Button as well. So that's another movie about a man that's aging backwards into a...
I've got 2 kids to a previous lover. I don't have a lot of time, so when I get out, I take the roddies out, I go up Tambourine, but I'm mainly just making food.
Where do you find work-life balance? I get the impression it's a very demanding job, time-wise, especially with 2 children from a previous lover. Where do you find time for lovers?
For me, it's usually outside of work hours.
No?
I'm too old.
Never too old, Nat.
Never too old for a lover.
Too old.
I usually pass work on to all my juniors, and they do a lot of that, and so I have quite a
Delegation.
bit of free time now, and I like to train them up to my standard, I guess.
Anyone in your life at the moment? Any suitors or
No, nobody
lovers?
at the moment. I don't.
Romances?
After a few, you get sick
Yeah.
of them after a while.
Yeah.
You kiss anyone?
Do I kiss anyone? Have I kissed anyone? Yeah, I've kissed a few people.
Wow.
My
Speak for
saying
yourself.
is, you want to rap early, you do raps in the afternoon.
Someone's watching this somewhere that wants to get into catering. What would you say to them as a bit of advice?
Get a good truck.
Big truck?
Good truck.
Yep.
If you don't know how to cook,
Yeah.
in this business, you're going to struggle. And the only reason I say that is because like that is the job.
To make
if you
food.
boil it down, it is
Or
cooking.
you could fry it or use an oven.
Yeah, but that is cooking.
You don't just have to boil.
Do you understand analogy and
Yeah.
metaphor?
Yeah, but you were talking about boiling, yeah?
No.
I
Yeah.
prefer a roast
No, it
potato.
wasn't.
You asking about how to get started?
No, I was just, what bit of advice would you give to someone that wanted to get started?
You got to learn how to cook.
If you could choose one word to describe what you do, what would that word be?
Probably food.
Food. Matt?
Job.
Job. Food, job. Nat?
Food.
Food. James?
Yeah, I was going to say food.
Food, job, food. Food, job.
Because it's my job.
What a fascinating peep into the peephole of food that is the bigger hole of catering. A lot of the time we'll watch movies and those movies will have people in it. And those people are actors pretending to do that thing. They just are made to look real, but in fact, they're not. One thing that is real on every movie set is the food and the job. And right here, you've witnessed some people that do that food as a job. And nothing can take that away from them. Unless, of course, the film industry in Australia collapses, which, let's be honest, could happen at any time.